as Red and Barrett are climbing out of the water, they see the crumbled body of the robed guy. Again, the guy who probably fell once again, I'm assuming, when the rest of the party fell. This is the guy with the bullet in his head. And then Red mentions how he saw a lot of these robed guys at Hojo's lab.
They're following Sephiroth, or so Cloud seems to think.
And then Barrett says, referring to Cloud, let's hope
the boy can keep it together.
So this is a moment where Barrett acknowledges that something is wrong with Cloud. We know, but because the party is like, in my opinion, like the worst communicators in the world, like nobody talks about like the main issues that Cloud is having. And it's like, if I were in that party, I'd be like, okay, Cloud, let's sit down and talk about this. Like, what are you feeling? What do you think it means?
It's like, you clearly have terminal illness.
Right. You have like a problem.
But nobody wants to talk about it.
But also, like, if I was Tifa, like, Tifa knows things that are contrary to what Cloud is showing her. Like, and they had a moment where they were trying to talk it out at the beginning of chapter 2, but I would talk that out so much better. Anyway, I'm so much better than Tifa and Cloud.
Well,
whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where like you and I think by our natures are communicators.
Well, I mean, we're talking on a podcast. The whole thing is communication, and right?
These individuals are clearly not.
Right.
Right. And I think that also has something to do with like the people who are more emotional.
Yeah.
Often have more trouble communicating because
those emotions.
The emotions come in.
The emotions take over.
Right. Where they can't set those aside.
Right.
And just have like a discussion. But now granted, if you knew that your lifelong best friend had a terminal illness.
I'd be talking about it.
And maybe they didn't realize it, or maybe they did. And they didn't want to talk about it because they didn't want to acknowledge it.
That's true. That's true. There is a respect element there.
Like, how do you write this in a way where like you can infer things without clearly saying, because clearly at some point down the line, it's all going to come together. Right. And and we're going to get punched in the face.
It's just crazy because we're spending, I mean, I've spent 115 hours with these characters.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't have it worked out.
But this is what Square Enix does, though, right? Like they spend 80 hours building up your affinity for these characters and then just punch you right in the stomach. Right. And punch you in the face. That's what they do. So they're literally building us up to tear us down. So just remember that. Like, I always have to remember that when I'm playing Final Fantasies is like, this is intentional. Right? This is like the ultimate form of video game gaslighting is what it is.
I know, it really is.
And we love it. And we keep coming back to it.
It's true.
So what does that say about us? Like it's like complete Stockholm syndrome.
Let's psychoanalyze ourselves as players of this game, right?
Yeah, it's Stockholm syndrome in the video game. That's what it is. There's no other way to put it. I think I told you this the other day that I can't wait till we get to the end of this and then they don't deliver what you're asking.
Oh, I'm going to be...
No, that was for Rising Tide. That was for 16.
Oh, yeah. Which we still need to play.
Like where they don't deliver what you're looking for and then you're just going to tear a new one because you're expecting like all this like, you know.
When Final Fantasy does not end in what I think is an adequate way, I tend to vocalize that. What the bleep, McFest bleep. That doesn't mean it has to be so dang depressing. That's the problem, is we don't see it. I don't care. It's depressing. They don't pay off the good stuff.
So the thing is, you have hope then as a human being because you're able to recognize what happened and then you're angry about it. I'm complete Stockholm syndrome where I'm like, well, there must have been a good reason for this.
I know, but you give them credit and I'm like, no.
For them to gaslight us, I'm okay with it. Like, it's one of those things.
You know, but I also come from storytelling, like I come from Hollywood, right? Writing and directing is what my career has been for 2 decades now. So when I see storytelling that I think is whatever, we don't need to go there. Okay, whatever. Okay.